寄送的寄。知道吗？一个人
Yeah, today is a Chinese class. You expect you learn Chinese today? No?
No.
Yes.
Or you not come for Chinese class? Oh, I
That's the wrong class.
Everybody leave.
When I enter to the long class, you look for your own classroom. This is not classroom for. I only teach Chinese. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, not good.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Very good, very good, very good. I think I'm going to start now. Otherwise, we don't have time. I'm going to bring the Heart Sutra today as a base, so that you can learn the ways how to use the resources and do your own research for give a talk or for more understand into practice. Can you? Okay. This is something that I found. I think in what my research and reading in the internet, no one taught the Heart Sutra like this, so that it can, in the future, it can form a new book. That I bring it into 3 parts, very roughly. A lot of things still under my research. The first one is the Heart Sutra is very concentrated from the Panya Paramita Sutra. You know that Panya Paramita Sutra is a commentary, or the Mahayana Sutra that have big volume, you know. So the Heart Sutra can concentrate into 200 some words to bring the meaning. It's a very, what we call that, accurate, simplified, and profound, the meaning, okay? So the Chinese writing is like that. They need to break into sentence, break into words, go deep into their meaning. This is how they do. So the research or the learning, okay? So how to see the second part is what I want to bring out is how it can relate to Agama and Nikaya, okay? This part, no such scholar doing that I found in right now the research paper talking about how the Heart Sutra related to Agama or Nikaya. The Nikaya is Pali term. Is the Pali's what we call the connected discourses. Okay, and Agama is a Chinese Ahan Jing or Ahan Jing. Okay, this is the second one. We need to do some investigate, see how it can prove back to the original what the primary resources. Okay, this is the second part. Interested me. The third part is about the Heart Sutra. If we break the Heart Sutra into practice sequence, how this category going, we can more practical use into our own benefit to the goal of liberation. Okay? So every sutra is because of the practice, they are writing down this information. It's not for understand by word, by memory. It's not. It's because of need to put it into training. Okay, this is a 3 part I need to go through today. Okay, it may very brief, but go very deep into it. Yeah. First thing I want to say is from the Panya Paramitas perspective, we have a lot of resources that cover into this. That is, Heart Sutra become very, very famous in the Northern Buddhism, Korea, Japan, China, even though Vietnamese, all this Mahayana tradition, they have a lot of writing, follow their tradition, but no such, I read right now is according to the what we call the primary resources. They talk about it. They all quote from the Mahayana Sutra and commentary talk about Heart Sutra. Okay, so not come to the original resources that I found. So that the most they can use is the commentary and the Panya Paramita Sutra. And some of them, they have different school, like a Yogacara school. They use Yogacara resources to explain Heart Sutra. If you go to the, what we call the Dada Gaba, then you use this system to, explain Heart Sutra. There's a lot these resources. We call them, this is a traditional way of explain Heart Sutra. Japanese, they have their own resources. Chinese, they have their own resources. Theravada, of course, they don't have much resources because this is, they think that this is the Mahayana resources. The Theravada's tradition, they're always thinking Mahayana is the extreme, not according to what they know, so they deny to accept. Yeah. Only maybe 10 to 20% of the teacher or the leaders of the Theravada school, they accept Mahayana teaching. Otherwise, they just deny to think that this is the thing that close to their faith. Okay? And right now, I'm concerned is how we can see the related, to this Heart Sutra is from the original resources. Okay, this is my viewpoint, and I from a very sudden, enlightened. Let me see that is the strict, point you can find from the path. That's very original resources to the Heart Sutra. That's why I want to bring it for you. And of course, this learning is still going on. I think if we can make it, in our team group, maybe it is the very important books that to wisdom publication can bring out these resources. Okay? Thing is, from Panya Paramita Sutra, they have a lot of resources. Yeah, they come in there, we can cover this part. I don't talk too much, but I want to link it to the second one. Is back to the original resources of what we call that Agama and Nikaya. I quote it into two. This is the category of the teaching when you open the book of the, what right now I want to bring out is the connected discourses. I can bring the book 1 second. Working? Is the mind working? Is the mind working? Good.
No, it's not. Your mind is not
I
working.
think you turned it off in your pocket, when you put it in your pocket.
Anyone? You know, I'm not this kind of technology people. Now, okay? Good. This is the connect. Oh. Big voice. This is the connected discourses. When you open the book, they have a sequence of their order. You know, this sequence of order is like this. From order Sangha, Waka, then come to causation, come to aggregate, come to sixth sense base, then come to Mahavasa, the Greek or the largest discourse. This one is cover all the important things, talking about noble truth, talking about 37 factors of enlightenment, and talking about Four Noble Truths, talking about the what we call that the states of the spring enter into arahantship, that kind of the fruit. Then talking about the truth. This is a Waka cover, the important part cover. This is the sequence of what we can find in the Samyutta Nikaya. Okay? So in the Chinese one right now, we have Agama have 4 books, same like this. No, our sequence order is a little bit different. You can see this 2 schools, their order is different. You see, when we come to the Chinese resources, they just first one aggregate, census base, causation, new treatment, then Four Noble Truths, then come to 18 ring, then come to feeling, then come to pack. The pack. Okay? This is how the Chinese Agama order. No? And the Paramita Sutra had 3 periods of time, what the description from the small Paramita into middle Paramita and go to the Paramita, largest volume. So that from small volume, they're more close to the Agama. And then when they split all this commentary into bigger and bigger volume, then the resources connected to the Agama become less and less. You know, if you're not mindful, then maybe it go too far. Yeah? Okay? So this is what I want to give the idea you. And then the second one is, you know, from the Sangha Vaka, then we come to causation. Causation and aggregate. You see, aggregate, this one's 6 ring base, then come to causation. You see, these 2 schools, they have different. Okay? They break into different. But no matter what different, this 2 is a very important teaching. One is aggregate, one is causation. Aggregate and causation is very important into the primary resources. You know, without these two, it's nothing is special about the Buddha himself found. So the founder found two things there in the theories. One is aggregate. The second one is causation. This is two very important theories basic. Okay. In the right now, I need to break the Heart Sutra into the sequence. Then we go to detail. Okay. The Heart Sutra, when we break into sequence, you can see it like this. You know, the first one is we talk about. You see your paper there. The Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara, while deeply immersed into Panya Paramita, clearly perceived the empty nature of the five skandha and transcended all suffering. This is the preface. Okay? Means this is follow the agama base. You see, agama base is talk about aggregate. You see? So in this line is talking about the aggregate. The important teachings of the Four Noble Truth. The truth is transcended all suffering. You know, this is the goal that we bring out outline. This is the goal of all the coming sequence. You know, the purpose or the goal is transcended all suffering. You know, the living being suffering, especially the practitioner himself. See? Then we come to the second category part. Sariputra, form is not different of emptiness. Emptiness is not different from form. Form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. So it is with feeling, conceptions, mental formations, consciousness. Sariputra. All dhammas are empty in character, neither rising or ceasing, neither impure or pure, neither increasing or decreasing. Okay, stop here. This is the second part. Yep. And then we come to the third part. The third part is from therefore in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no perception, volition, consciousness, no eye, ear, no tongue, body and mind, no form, sound, smell, taste, touch and dhammas, no realms of vision and so far up to no realms of consciousness, no ignorance, no ending of ignorance. And then come to no path, there is no wisdom and no attainment. Stop here. This is the third part. And then the last part is by the ways of Panya Paramita, come to ultimate nirvana is reached. This is another part. The fourth part. And then from the last part is declaration. That is by ways of Prajna Paramita, Buddha of the past, present and future attain the supreme enlightenment. Okay, stop here. This is the fifth part. Okay, I put it named like this. So the first part is talking about faith, a characteristic of the faith. You know, the faith is transform all suffering. This is the established this faith. Okay? For the beginner and come to the end, you need to have this, build up this transforming, by the following structure. So the second part is, you understand all the, five aggregates, 6 sense base. From that base, understand into the, what we call that, Four Noble Truth. Use the aggregate Four Noble Truth and 6 senses base as the causation. Go deep into learning and contemplating. Mature your learning and contemplating to build up the theorist understanding. Okay? So this is what the second part mentioned about. So the third part we come to is when the third part they talk about, here, all Dhamma are empty in character. No. There is, therefore, in emptiness there is no form. From there on, come to there is no wisdom and no attainment. This third part, what we talk about is put it into training, practice, not contemplating, not learning, but training. Know this, know that, know this, and know that. What is a know in Chinese? Wu means that not become the obstacle of your liberation, of your mind freedom, of your senses contact. Mind and body totally need to find the way, penetrate to it, and you practice interior, exterior observation, to build up the insight, so that from this practice point, you can transform it. You see? Transform all what it mentioned here is about the 5 aggregates, about 6 sense base, about 18 rings. You see? This is what the reality of the human contact, mind-body contact. You need to become totally free, no obstacle of your mindfulness base. You see? Of intention. This is a training point. You see? When they say know this, know that, know this, know that, what is know means? Build up the samadhi and vipassana. Build up these two things. So when Buddhism talk about practice, there are only 2 kinds of practice. One is samadhi, one is vipassana. So it's emphasize samadhi and vipassana in this. So the upper one, that what I mentioned in the second, it means you build up the learning skill and contemplating skill. How you think, how you learn to memory like that. But in the practice, it's not that. Not that. Learning and contemplating, you can solve the problem. Solve the problem of contact. Right now and here, contact, you need to overcome. You see? If the contact overcome, you need to pull down as a word. It can let you initially, right that moment, free yourself. If people come and, scold you, then can you penetrate to the word, totally overcome, and not die out from his word? This is need samadhi and vipassana. Means the calmness and mindful and wisdom still working active inside. Even inside of your mind is still very active there, then you have insight, you have wisdom to overcome problem. So this, the part of here, we talk about practice, really talk about experience, not memory. Okay? So this sutra is according what I study in the Agama, it really from the Agama teaching. You see, they are based also talk about the Agama, built up from the Agama. Okay? So when you come to the practice of the sense, of the aggregate, of the senses, of the 18 realms, then you can go more deep into the training is the causation, is the Four Noble Truths. So the causation and Four Noble Truths they mention about, in this part is they need to quote back to the Buddha. The Buddha, we know that if we learn how the Buddha enlightened and becomes maturing into the Buddha's awaken, is in the full moon night, he contemplates after the samadhi into the link of life in samsara, found that the causation. So the causation is the significant teaching of the Buddha. No other teacher mentioned about this. Okay, so here is the Panya Paramita, totally he back to connect to the discourses or the original teaching mentioned about the Buddha mentioned. So he said that this is no ignorance until no, death, no cause, no past. They talk about it. No means what? No means you totally overcome that. You don't need it anymore. You don't need the tool anymore. When you totally, beyond the other soul, so all this body and soul, you need to leave it behind. You see? That means no for him is, this tool, I already use it, the board, I already use it to cross the suffering souls. Right now, I already passed beyond, so I need to leave this behind. So the word they mention, no, means totally transform. I don't need that tool anymore. Yeah, this is the same. So when this comes, no wisdom and no entertainment. Yeah? No wisdom and no entertainment. In Buddhism, we have 4 kinds of samadhis. It's very important. We know that the samadhis of emptiness, the samadhis of signlessness, the samadhis of thinglessness. Okay, this is 3 kinds of samadhi. Then, according to Buddhism, it's different from other religious teachers because this emptiness, thinglessness, and signlessness, this make with the truth, make with the ultimate transform. So these 3 kinds of samadhi and maybe the 4 kinds of samadhis is mentioned very profoundly into Agama and into the Nikaya too. That is the most part that not easy described by the scholar. But I found that ancient master, he has the books that talk about emptiness, related to the Nagarjuna's teaching, related to Agama, and they quote all this talk going about samadhis, these 4 kinds of samadhis, mention about that, how it developed. Especially the emptiness, the emptiness teaching, the emptiness samadhi teaching, it developed very good and cultivate very good in the what we call that Chinese Buddhist resources we can found is more than in the Theravada resources. That's why in the Chinese resources, they talk about emptiness is the ultimate. You know, no matter you talk about signlessness, they have significance. We talk about thinglessness, they have significance. But two of these need to totally transform. They need to come to emptiness. Understand? So emptiness is the most profound thing talking about the truth. Yeah. All right. This is what the four part they talk about Bodhisattva's transforming. Okay. And after this, what they announce themselves. Then they try to pray, you know, they praise of the declaration. Declaration. Is it declaration? Announced.
Declaration.
Declaration. Okay. The declaration that Buddha of the past, present, and future attain the supreme enlightenment. You see? Why they talk about this? If someone totally transforms himself, break this ego into the, what we call that, into anatta, anicca, dukkha, anatta, means you break the self, enter into the goal. Do you still see you are the superior one? No. Do you see only he is the superior one? No. You see that is an equal. Equal opportunity to living being to mature release. So you will see the past is like this, present is like this, in the future is like this. Follow the same path, the same trails, so that you honor the Buddha in the past. You definitely see the Buddha right now still carry on mature in the Bodhisattva practice. This course will come to follow the conditions, support, it will come to this fruit, so that you're honoring, seeing that everyone have the Buddha nature. Is a maturing himself. It's a maturing. You need to support themselves and you support yourself too, because it is no different about the purification. Only different state and meaning. So in the future, you will see the future Buddha. So that is why that we talk about the Buddha is not only in one Buddha. We have many because of the timing still going on. Things still make changing. Living beings still in the samsara of the circle. It still carry on. So should be the future Buddha coming. So you will see 3 periods of time Buddha coming. So that you respect this teaching. This is your declaration that yeah, this is the truth. You know. So this is the sutra he break into this sequence. Okay, we call it a Heart Sutra. The important one is how we can take the Agama Sutra and the Nikaya and use these resources to talk about this. So I mentioned about the Agama sequence is like this. The Nikaya sequence is like this. So Panyaparamita, the Heart Sutra, they use Agama. Why they use Agama? Because Agama, they go first from this, from person, from the senses, from the 16 realm, means physical, mental, and material. These 3 basic contact. They talk about new treatment. What kind of new treatment to support liberation? What kind of new treatment to support samsara? They talk about that detail, very set part of. Then they talk about the truth. Four Noble Truth. The back to the Four Noble Truth. So the first preface, you can see that they talk about transform all suffering. So suffering is the first, what we talk about the cause, we talk about the effect. This is what we need to deal with. Body and mind, we need to deal with. So the Four Noble Truth in the Chinese resources in Agama, they become very profound. When we talk about aggregate, gratification, danger, escape, Four Noble Truth, it becomes 7 categories about human suffering. You drop into the big fire or you drop into the flooding. Come to here. So these two is extreme, human extreme. Sensual pressure, or you don't know how to, modification of life. You don't know how to come to the middle way. So they talk about this. Then you talk about more detail into the realm. What we call that realm. This realm, they totally talk very deep into the Chinese resources. It's not the 18th realm. They talk about the realms of the China states of being. They talk about the realms of cessation, the realms of detachment. They talk about very detailed information come to the truth. If you follow the teachings of connected discourses, the last part of the Mahavika, they talk about the truth. You see, they talk about the truth. What is the truth means? Very profound. Okay, I think I covered more than what already taught. I think this will bring up the one very important research to your life, and we can talk a little bit more. And then the coming day, if you need more information to understand, I can go through it. I can go through it part by part. I took almost 1.5 years when I was in the, in the trailer retreat to read the Agama resources. From there on, I see the connection. I see this connection, but I still, not too sure. Is it because no one tells this story? In my resources, what I learned, no one say about this connection. I'm not sure that if I bring out, is it polite or I'm at the extreme? Because in the Mahayana perspective, how can you get linked to it? No one say like that. You see? But after many years of still contemplating, right now I have faith and very sure. Not only they can connect into Agama, but they connect into the Nikaya. I have a lot of writing and map can show this. I do mapping, I do all this map, like aggregate, from this 256 sutra, I make the map. So from the map you can see very clearly how they, come together. Thank you.
Thank you, Master.
Consensus space. Consensus space is a causation. Causation is, we have more than 12 links. 12 links is a base talking about the mind body, but this causation more than that. They have two things mentioned. One is mentioned about mind body 12 links. One is mentioned the samsara 12 links. Samsara 12 links. Yeah. Mm-hmm. This topic, every topic is very fine and detailed. you know. So I don't know how the Buddha's wisdom is about. I just see that too profound this great teacher, you know. I don't know how they can understand so profound meaning, you know, and put it together, all can have the link connect together. It's not separated. When you talk this one, it can cover this part. When you talk this part, it can cover this part, cover this part. All together is like a spiral. Well, you know, it just connected very well together. I don't know how this cover. It must be something going on of the transforming. Otherwise, it can't tell this. Like what we talk about, the Four Noble Truths, it can only go two ways. One is rush, one is purified. You know, what is the categories of Four Noble Truths? He said, Four Noble Truths divided into two parts. One is rush, one is purified. You know, if purified, you come to the path. When rush, you turn into the cycle. They talk into very, very clear information. So in the Chinese one, they talk about seven, this is what we call the seven category, the teaching. So seven category, they mention about 9 Jiru. I don't know how to, I need to find the word how to explain that term, you know. And this is what meant by sutra. You're not waka. Sutra explain this 9 9这事情的事。
Oh, 9 things, 9 matters.
Yeah.
9 kind of matters.
I will go detail when the teacher program coming on. I will part by part go to this. Okay. So that I can help you to pick up the Agama and Nikaya base. Alright? Thank you. Thank you.
Do you need any translation on the word?
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
May I say?
Yeah, please.
First one is aggregate. Aggregate. Second one is sense space. And then causation. And then nutriment. And then noble truth. And then realms.
You need to go faster.
Sorry. Go faster.
Write it down.
The one, okay, say the one. Aggregates. R. Aggregates, number 1. And then this is sense space, so 6. 6, okay. Yeah. How many aggregates? 5. Okay, this is causation, or we call it the links, 12 links of depending origination. Nutriments. How many?
How many what?
Nutriments. Or nutrients. Okay. How many NP? Noble truths? 4. 4. Okay, noble truths. How many realms?
10.
18. Feelings? How many feelings?
3.
Only 3. Oh.
Pleasant.
More than this.
More than that. More than. Okay, more than 18.
Yeah.
As far as I know, it's how many? So.
Huh?
How many?
Oh, there's many. Many.
Many.
Yeah.
So.
When we say that this links, another definition is called difference. Differences. They talk about differences. Differences. The 18 means differences. The mind-body contact is called different link. You know. And then they talk about different. What we call it, this quality, life quality. You know, they say that, oh, if you are this quality, you will see the same phenomenon that match you yourself. You know, like alcohol people, you know, they just, when they saw the liquids, you know, the shop there, they're just excited, oh, I come back home, you know. That is what we talk about, the link. If you are not that kind of quality, you won't go there. You see, they talk about very profound meaning in the practice. You know, what is rust, what is purifying. They talk about this. Like they, and they talk about the noble person, like someone that this kind of quality, you know, their teacher, he liked to stay with Mahakassapa because his personality have the quality of asceticism. So he close to Mahakassapa. And that is the one that have very compassionate one. So he is the disciple of Sariputra because he loved to, you know, direct teach people. They talk a lot of this information. You know, so that is why this from one word that mentioned about the rain, then they separate into many sutras in that category. You know, so it's profound than what we talk about 18. 18 only a part of it. And then it talk about the emancipation link. It talk about the links of cessation. That is a very deep, you know, meaning about detachment. Yeah, yeah.
So can we back up a little bit? Okay. So after, I got in English the list as far as like Four Noble Truths, and then we kind of jumped to the
Ring. Four Noble Truths.
Yeah.
This is Four Noble Truths. Right.
Yeah, the noble
And then
truth.
the rim or links or world. Sometimes we call it world.
Yeah.
World.
Yeah. When they say Four Noble Truths, there are many ones. Like 5 sermons, they talk about, you know, they have many sutras connected, what the Buddha said about Four Noble Truths, you know. Yeah, that's how they put it all together into one category.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then after that?
That's feeling or sensation.
The Chinese, they talk about the function. Yeah, the function. They talk about the function, not only feeling. Yeah, they talk about the function too.
Excuse me, you're talking about the difference between purifying and, there was another word, rushing?
Lust.
Rusting?
Lust.
Oh, lust, I'm sorry, lust.
Oh, yeah,
Purifying,
lust.
purification versus lust.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
just didn't understand, sorry.
yeah. This one, from this word, you know, feeling, you know, they talk about many kind of feeling. Feelings of unpleasant, feeling of pleasant, feeling of neutral, feeling of joyful, of what we call the liberated mind state, talking about, you know, the feelings of nirvana. That is the feeling too. Is it the feeling go very deep? The feelings of equanimity, the feelings of what we call that kind of serenity. They talk very deep into this word. You know, that word is not only the word, the function, included the function. You know, the function will bring you the feeling. You know, but the function changing, feeling change. Yeah, that is how we can talk about cultivate, isn't it? Yeah. So in this one is a different category to talk about that. But the more resources to mention about is the path. Yeah. You know, both of these two Agama and Nikaya, they put the path in the last part. You know, they have very profound meaning. When you know the cessation, it won't benefit. You need to put into practice in the past. See? So it's a very, you know, what you call that, very good and what we say that word, the order,
Sequential,
Huh?
sequential.
very proper order. Yeah. But something that in this Nikaya, I still have a little bit question because I found something that maybe, I say maybe, huh? In the order, they already have a little bit correction when the process of the history, you know. So, but in Agama, we mentioned about Za Ahan. Za means it is a come together with the correction. You know, they didn't make the sequence order. They just, this is the correction, I have it, I put it together. We call that Za Ahan. But in the Nikaya, in the history, because they take this into authority, so they already make it very systematic, you know, into the learning form. They're not because of the this is resources, they put it together. I think in the very earlier resources of the Buddha, he just want to get all the correction after the Buddha passed out, get it together. Not systematic already. No, they just put it into the correction. You need to memorize this. You know, you don't have to talk too much about it. You just mention very brief, very simple thing. People take it into contemplating, take it into practice. You don't have to tell them all information, you know. Like today, we just go very detailed paper into learning. If for the practice, maybe 20 years, 30 years, we still in one or two steps, no move at all. See, this is the difference. So in today's, we mature in learning and contemplating. In the practice point, still long way to go. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Thank you. That's it, right? No more? Oh, the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, the Nikaya, this is the Sangha. Sangha bag.
These are two C's.
Fuji. V-A-G-G-A. Vaga sometimes means path also. Or chapel. We can call it chapel. Causation, aggregate, sense space. This is the Mahavaka.
So the first one is
Sangha. Sangha. S-A-N-G-H-A.
the first character?
The first one.
Okay.
Eight groups or 8 kinds of Sangha. That's it. Huh? Next one, aggregate. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Causation. Causation, aggregate, sense space, and Mahavaka.
Yeah. Mahavakas have a little bit significant meaning. Means he mentioned most teaching is very concentrated into the teaching of the 7 factors of enlightenment. So they put all the factors together to form the Mahavaka. No, that is the more practical part in used for training the mind and body. Yeah.
So in the Mahavaka, when they present the 37 factors, they're in a sequence?
It's almost a sequence.
So
Almost
one
a sequence.
upon the other.
Yeah, they put all the waka to all the factor together, you know, to form this you know, the kind of waka. And sometimes it's related when the sutra talk. Sometimes it's talking about maybe 5 hours to 5 you know, base power. They talk about this. Sometimes they're related, or maybe the Four Noble Truths related to the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path related to the Four Attachments or mindfulness. They talk about the relationship. Yeah, interconnectedness. You know, they talk about it. But all this about factor, they put it into this category. You know, and the category that involved into how you can see the path is possible, is workable into the truth, you know. So the Four Noble Truths, they bring it into here, but in the Chinese one, they separate it, because Four Noble Truths is a very important one to cover the basic understanding. When the Buddha give the first sermon, they talk about 12 links, but that kind of merchant and lay people, they can't understand. Then the Buddha back and contemplate, oh, this may too profound to them, because the causation is not easy to see. If you see the causation, you see the Dhamma. If you see the Dhamma, you see the awakening. That's what I already mentioned. So that he denied to talk it anymore. They come to another contemplating, found the way of Four Noble Truths to tell. You know, from the 5 sermon, he changed the way, talk about Four Noble Truths. In the Chinese Agama, we don't talk the 12 link. 12 link is included in the Four Noble Truths. So they talk about Four Noble Truths as a base. So you see Heart Sutra, the first line, preface, they already mentioned about the truth. Yeah. So that is how I found this Heart Sutra is profound than what we know. You know, simplified and accurate than what we know. You know, yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
What is connected? This was in Chinese.
Connected, it's actually there is no connected in Chinese. It's called 杂阿含. 杂 means like, you know, like the master said, it's like a big collection.
Oh, I think
It's
it's
not
like-
organized.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
not
Is it
organized. 杂
They already changed it.
But Agama have a commentary. Agama commentary is come from Yogacara chapter 85. The Yogacara have 10 chapter. Chapter 85, they mention about how this Agama is formed. You know, how these Agamas it could come out from the history, so that chapter make Chinese Agama more make sense. Is because of they tell about all this you know, the commentary can match back to the sutra. Yeah. Ancient master is the one that right now what I know is he is the only monk or monastic that have that kind of ability to do this kind of work, help to bring this, you know, two things back to his close to original, you know, viewpoint. So I read from it. It's my Chinese still not good enough to understand the old language meaning. Still very hard to make it. I still do the work.
Handicraft.
Huh?
Handicraft.
And the ground is not good, not a scholar monk. Yeah. We need to have the scholar monk to do this job. In this reason nowadays that not many people have that kind of you know, scholar basic. Scholar basic is like big body. You know, when you wake up, just look for book. When you want to go sleep, you just give up the book and sleep, like dead fish. And then when you wake up, look for book. That kind of personality. I really respect that personality. I'm not that one. Yeah, I read the books in mind. This is my special request to myself. But when I see the monk like that, this is a good friend, good company, yeah, good friendship. You know. With that kind of personality, you won't go trouble because they are not looking for friends, this and that exterior. They are not interested. They are interested about the truth. Yeah. When you company with them, no quarrel, no fight, go easy. Yeah. So I hate, yeah, in that defilement. So I don't like people, you know, have too much exterior intention. I like that kind of personality. So with them, you feel safe. Nobody going to make trouble to you. Yeah.
I have a question. The Yogacara, is it 瑜伽师地论?
瑜伽师地论.
Chapter.
Yeah.
Chapter.
That is the book. The Yogacara is the book that Tang Xianzhao. You know Tang Xianzhao? Tang Xianzhao.
The monkey.
Monkey King's teacher. Xianzhang. Xianzhang. Yeah. He is the one that bring back the book and do the translation. So I respect him is because of this book is very, very important. Yeah.
No.
瑜伽师地论. Yeah. Yeah. 瑜伽师地论. Yogacara. Yeah. Yogacara.
So far, there is no direct translation of that book. Am I correct?
Right now, the 瑜伽师地论 they have 文所成会、思所成会、修所成会. They have 3 parts. Learning to mature understanding, contemplating to mature understanding, and practice to mature understanding. That understanding is direct knowledge understanding. Okay, so they mention about these 3 parts. Other than that, just chapter 85, they mention about how this teaching connected to the Agama. That is profound and excited me because this is something that evidence, you know, the evidence. Yeah.
So shall we divide it into groups? Let's take a break, right? Take a 5 minutes break.